Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at definitive 80s movies that saw a modern resurgence of popularity, proving that this decade will never die.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Number 10. Top Gun.
I feel the need for speed.
This testosterone-fueled flick was 1986's highest-grossing blockbuster, solidifying Tom Cruise as a superstar. While Cruise's star power continued to rise, respect for Top Gun seemed to dwindle over time. Parodies like Hot Shots didn't help, but it was during the internet era that Top Gun fell into self-parody territory thanks to the relentlessly memed volleyball scene. With the success of Top Gun Maverick over 30 years later, many were reminded of just how much the original film rocked, from its daring aerial sequences to its killer soundtrack.
Lead MiG is closing in the guns range. Break right.
The Legacy sequel also inspired newcomers to finally check out its predecessor, giving them their first taste of Tony Scott at his peak. Some may prefer Maverick, but there's one thing the sequel could never top: 80s vibes.
You can be my wingman anytime.
Number 9. Batman.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Once Christopher Nolan came along, Joel Schumacher's contributions to the Batman franchise became relics of the past. At the same time, many seem to forget just how groundbreaking Tim Burton's first Batman movie was.
You can call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier.
As gritty realism started to oversaturate the superhero genre, people eventually revisited the gritty surrealism of Burton's Batman. In an entertainment landscape dominated by CGI, the practical sets of Burton's Gotham City are a bittersweet beacon of a bygone era. For many, the film doesn't just include the definitive version of Gotham, but the best cinematic Batman in Michael Keaton.
Excuse me. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Such reappraisal led to Keaton donning the cape and cowl again in The Flash. Meanwhile, the original film's continuity has been recently expanded upon through comics and novels. Number 8. Labyrinth.
Go back to your room. Play with your toys and your costumes.
Upon release, this fantasy film was a financial disappointment, but it would develop a cult following. Appreciation for Labyrinth has only grown as more people re-evaluate the impact and legacy of director Jim Henson, this being his last feature. Speaking of once-in-a-lifetime talents we lost too soon, Dance Magic Dance made the rounds as we said goodbye to David Bowie in 2016.
You remind me of the babe. Babe with the power. Power of voodoo. You do. Remind me of the babe.
2 years later, Labyrinth saw a theatrical re-release. Around this time, Brian Henson revealed that a stage adaptation of Labyrinth was in the works. There were also whispers of a potential cinematic follow-up with Robert Eggers being attached to direct in late 2024. Unappreciated during its time, Labyrinth is more popular now than Jim Henson ever could have imagined.
Well, he's a lively little chap. I think I'll call him Jareth. He's got my eyes.
Number 7. They Live.
Take these glasses off. She looks like a regular person, doesn't she, huh? Put them back on. Formaldehyde face. That's what we got.
That's enough out of you.
When the country as a whole doesn't share your political beliefs, it can feel as if aliens are replacing the population. They may look human on the surface, but underneath, they're ghouls, feeding into a system of manipulation. This provided the basis for John Carpenter's They Live, which tackled Reaganomics through a sci-fi horror lens. While the film found an audience, critics at the time took issue with its social commentary. Fast forward a few decades, critics today have not only praised the commentary as smart, but still relevant.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
As Donald Trump ushered in a new political era with corporate greed and prejudice on the rise, parallels were drawn to Roddy Piper putting on his sunglasses, seeing the world for what it has become. Number 6. The Princess Bride.
You don't by any chance happen to have 6 fingers on your right hand?
Do you always begin conversations this way?
How were you introduced to The Princess Bride? If you grew up in the late 80s or 90s, chances are a friend or family member brought over their VHS copy. Like Fred Savage's character, you might have been skeptical, but by the end, you were ready for a rewatch.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
For a period, The Princess Bride felt like a secret, with only true fans understanding the significance of words like inconceivable. Now you'd be surprised to find just how many fans can quote the film line for line.
You seem a decent fellow. I hate to kill you.
So much so that during COVID, numerous celebrities participated in a fan-made remake, and the original cast partook in a virtual reading. From cult favourite to universal comfort movie, The Princess Bride is still living its happily ever after. Number 5. Beetlejuice.
Don't even say his name.
One of the decade's most original films, Beetlejuice found several names on the cusp of major success. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, Tim Burton, the list goes on.
Oh, come on. Don't go yet. Hey, guy, come on. We're simpatico here. Look at us. Huh, we even shop in the same store. Hey, hermano.
While all of them went on to even bigger things, they'd weather through their fair share of career setbacks as well. Around the same time that the film's key talent started to see career resurgences, the Beetlejuice musical became a surprise smash on stage. Aside from reminding fans how much they loved the film that started it all, people started asking about that long-delayed Beetlejuice sequel.
How do I know that you're going to keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's days.
With the original film, its cast, and its director back in the spotlight, 2024 was as good a time as any to get the band back together for Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it.
Number 4. The Goonies. While The Goonies was a hit in 1985, there weren't a lot of critics or Academy members championing it as a cinematic milestone. For a generation of young moviegoers though, The Goonies was a creative catalyst for a future career in filmmaking.
Guys! I think I have a match! I'm sure of it!
This is apparent in modern films like Super 8 and shows like Stranger Things. Not everyone who grew up with The Goonies went on to make movies, but virtually every 80s and 90s kid has passed it on to their children, giving The Goonies a second life. The actors have also kept the film in the zeitgeist, with much of the cast going on to find massive success during adulthood. Whether or not a sequel ever happens, Goonies never say die.
Don't say that! Never say that! Goonies never say die!
Number 3. The Karate Kid. Even if you had never seen the original Karate Kid, everyone knew about this sports underdog story. During the 2010s, the film re-entered the conversation for reasons nobody expected. William Zabka, who played the antagonist Johnny Lawrence, suggested the film was really about his character.
He is not the Karate Kid! The Karate Kid was William Zabka, star pupil of the Cobra Kai Dojo, whom this monster defeated with a cheap, illegal head kick.
Although Zabka was joking at the time, he got people thinking that maybe Johnny did get a bad rap and Daniel wasn't such a great guy. The discussion seemingly peaked with an episode of How I Met Your Mother, but that was just a warm-up for Cobra Kai, a legacy series presented through Johnny and Daniel's perspectives. The hit show has influenced a new generation to rediscover the first film and its sequels, which are more fondly remembered now.
Oh, this is a guy whose ass you kicked.
Listen, it was a really close match, but if you want to get technical, I kicked his face.
Number 2. Ghostbusters.
Hey, anybody see a ghost?
In addition to becoming the top-grossing comedy film for a period, Ghostbusters spawned one of the 80s most prominent media franchises.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Over the following decades, though, the franchise's presence in pop culture faded, save for the occasional video game or short-lived TV show. With the sudden passing of Harold Ramis in 2014, legions of fans shared their fond memories of the 1984 classic, while also lamenting that a true Ghostbusters 3 would never happen.
We got one!
Since then, Hollywood has tried resurrecting the franchise with varying degrees of success. Whatever your thoughts on the modern incarnations are, they've given younger audiences a reason to seek out the original Ghostbusters, finding out why so many view it as a sacred work of art that can't be topped.
Ready? Get her!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Back to the Future Part 2.
McFly! Don't go anywhere! You're next!
When this sequel hit theaters, audiences liked it, but generally thought it wasn't as timeless as the first film. Ironically, time has been quite kind to Back to the Future Part 2. As we approached 2015, people were surprised to realize how much the film got right about the future, from video communication to excessive sequels to a surge of 80s nostalgia. Even after 2015, the film's predictions kept coming to fruition. Not only did the Cubs win the World Series in 2016, but Biff's ascension to power felt eerily similar to a certain politician's presidential victory.
You know your history. Very good.
We're still waiting for real hoverboards, but when the technology is finally perfected, Back to the Future Part 2 is sure to dominate headlines yet again.
Because this hoverboard incident has now occurred, Griff now goes to jail.
So what 80s movie do you hope makes a comeback? Let us know in the comments.
I'm afraid I must insist.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.